Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Daily Blues, your one-stop shop for all things Chelsea in the January transfer window. And of course, we are also going to talk about the Crystal Palace-Chelsea game, which happened today. Unfortunately, again, Eunice and Dan can't be with us, but Eunice and Dan cannot be with us for personal reasons. Obviously, this is all with them, and Dan can't be here because he has work to do, and then Eunice has some personal family reasons, and our thoughts are with him at this difficult time. And obviously, he needs to deal with that, and that's that's a bit more important than this. Your family always comes first. So it is just me and Max again tonight. So would you like to say hello, mate?
Yep. Hello, everyone. Nice to be back on here.
Yeah. So first of all, obviously, we have to talk about the game today. 3-0 win. What are your thoughts, mate?
Can we get carried away? I think we can, because this is like the most joy we've had all season, realistically.
Yeah.
So let's get carried away. What a result. I mean, 3-0 against a solid Palace. Like, that's the first games this season where we've actually gone and beaten a good side, rather than, for example, at Arsenal, where you could argue they're a good side, but we had the referee on our side. They got 2 send-ins off. This is like the most positive game we've had all season in my eyes. Like, a lot of players turned up. Obviously, Hazard wasn't there again, unfortunately. Fabregas looked good, which we haven't seen for a while. Costa, unbelievable. That William goal, I mean, just a round of applause for that. That was unbelievable. That finish, like, I've just been replaying that for the last couple of hours. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was a great goal. Just the way he lashed it into that top corner. I just thought, I was watching it going, wow, that's really something. Obviously, none of us were at the game today. It's all been quite a hectic day for all of us in some way or another. So this is basically what would be our fan cam. So obviously, you guys, you can interact with us down in the comment section. Please put all your questions, what your thoughts on the game. We'll read them out. We'll talk about it, because that's what this is for. But I thought, I agree. I think this is the best we've played all season, without a shadow of a doubt. I just think, the way that we were moving the ball about, we looked a lot more confident. We were passing it about. We kept possession a lot better. I thought when Pedro came on, he was absolutely outstanding. But I think the player of the match for me has to be Diego Costa. I mean, he apparently ran 10 kilometers today. 10 kilometers. And hold on, sorry, I almost forgot. There's my man of the match was Diego Costa, but very, 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 very close, and could also probably be man of the match as well, John Obi Mikel. You're muted, Max. No one can hear you.
Yeah, definitely. I completely forgot to mention him. He was quality against today, and I'm very happy to see that he was selected. Got a few negatives to take from the game as well, but definitely so many positives to take from that.
Obviously, the positives outweigh the negatives. I mean, we won 3-0 against Crystal Palace, a team that's in the league. Obviously, like I was saying in the preview for Bet Victor, if they're missing key players, like I was saying, even though Connor Wickham, I will correct myself where I say he was banging in the goals. I read the notes wrong. Even though he's not banging in the goals, his presence was always something for defenders to worry about, and that gave the freedom to players like Yannick Bolasie and Kabay to obviously create opportunities. And obviously, you had people finishing it all up and doing really well. But obviously, they lacked Connor Wickham's presence today. They didn't have Kabay through suspension, but Yannick Bolasie was injured. So their 3 key players were injured. And then what would have been their second choice in Bakary Sakho was he was on the bench, but I don't think he was fit. So obviously, winning 3-0 was absolutely brilliant. But I think I'm not getting too carried away, because like against Arsenal, where people say that was our best performance this season, that wasn't a challenge because we played against 9 men. Today was a challenge. Don't get me wrong. Today was a challenge, and to break down that defence. Scott, Dan, Delaney have been so solid this season, and to get 3 past them is absolutely brilliant. But the fact that going forward they were quite blunt, it makes me worried a bit. I mean, what do you think about that? Do you think I'm raising a good point there, or do you think I'm just chatting rubbish?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, overall, I was definitely massively happy with the game. As you're saying with Mikel as well, I just read something in the comments. Instinct says he had 97% pass accuracy. which is incredible if that's true. A few people also saying Ivanovic played well, played better anyway, which was good to see. What do you think of that? Zuma as well, obviously.
I thought Zuma was outstanding today. I thought JT was outstanding today. I thought Aspilicueta was outstanding. I thought Ivanovic played better.
Yeah.
The game is just passing him by. I mean, he puts the tackles in. That's great. But if he's miles up the byline, Mikel's either covering at right back, but then by the time Ivanovic gets back, we're having issues defensively because where Mikel should be, he's not. So there's a massive gap there. And then because Ivanovic hasn't got the pace as a wing back to get back, that's where we struggle. But I think obviously because Mikel played well today, we didn't see that as a massive issue. But if we look into bigger games in the future, for example, when we play Arsenal again, Manchester City, this is going to prove a difficult scenario for us to face because of the whole idea or the whole what's going on. If he was taking on Theo Walcott, Alexis Sanchez, if he took on, I'm trying to think of other top players, Raheem Sterling, if he took on, when we play Stoke again, when he takes on Shaqiri or someone like that, that is where we will have issues. And I think it's a case of we do need to bring in a wing back for that left side who is experienced, who, let's face it, Baba Rahman's not ready. He can only get better with playing time, but he's just not there yet. But I think the fact that we paid 13 million for him or whatever it is, he should be kept in that squad. I think it was either 13 or 20. I don't know. Can't remember off the top of my head. But I just think that obviously I think Ivanovic would be better utilised as a centre-back option rather than a right-back option because of his lack of pace.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, after we were 3-0 up, was you disappointed to see the fact that we brought on Matic rather than bringing on youth such as Loftus-Cheek? That's what I meant by negative, the fact that at 3-0 up, we still didn't give youth a go, or do you think that it's good to sort of ease in some of the players that have been out of form and sort of try and get them to be in a game with sort of like a comfortable scenario to sort of ease them back into form?
That's a good point you just made. I mean, both of those options are strictly true and could be very, very good. But I think because of Chelsea's policy with youth, I think it would have been better to get a player that's out of form maybe back into form. Personally, the more I think about it, I mean, obviously at that point I wasn't thinking about it, but that's why I'm not a manager or a manager of a football team. I wasn't thinking about giving youth a go. I think what Gus Hiddink was thinking about was seeing out and getting a clean sheet, and obviously that will probably boost the confidence of the team if we kept a clean sheet and we've scored 3 goals. So that could only do good. And I mean, if Matic gets back to form, then you've got a great solid, got a solid holding midfielder there, someone who could partner Mikel, who, let's be honest, I think he will be under Gus Hiddink very, very vital, and I think he will be a starter every week if he's fit. With John Obi Mikel. But I do agree with you where you're saying we should have given youth a go, because I think when you're 3-0 up against Crystal Palace in a comfortable scenario, I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek would have excelled.
I completely agree.
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't thinking about that one, if I'm honest, because obviously I'm just so excited with the result that obviously we could have given Ruben Loftus-Cheek a go. I think he could have done just as good a job as Nemanja Matic, but like
Bamford wasn't even on the bench, was he? From what I saw, but I said Bamford wasn't.
Oh, Bamford wasn't on the bench.
Yeah. Bertrand Traore was, however, which was good to see.
Yes, Bertrand Traore was on the bench. I think
he will be giving a go soon. Hopefully, against Comfort. Realistically, if we can go out and put a lot of young players in that rather than putting out of form players, I would be. What
will happen is you'll probably start players who don't normally get a run out. I mean, that's what we did against Bradford.
Ramirez and players like that.
I think that was a freak result. That was just a blip.
Oh yeah.
But obviously, I think he'll play players which don't really get a look into the team. So I think that's where Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I don't know, he probably might partner with Ramirez in that game. But obviously, we'll leave that until close to the game. I think it's a bit pointless talking about it after the result today. And I think we should focus on this and obviously the transfer news later. So obviously, I thought it was a good result for us today, and I think it's just something we can build on. But I think, going forward, we look pretty sharp. I think Diego might be back into form.
Well, yeah, he's got, 4 goals in 3 games now, doesn't he? Is that right? I think it might be, yes.
He's got 3 goals in 3 games and he's got 2 assists, I think. So, yeah. So I think that's what he's got. I think he might be playing. So obviously you've got that. But obviously I think we'll stop talking about the game there and we will move on to some of the very, very juicy transfer news that we picked up today. So, Max, do you want to go first or shall I go first?
Okay, first one I see here is for, obviously, you're probably talking about Alex Teixeira. Is there much else to say on him, or should I talk about someone else?
I think there's a bit to talk about on Alex Teixeira. I think go for it, mate.
Yep. So, obviously, we've been targeting him for a while, since the summer, apparently. But we are apparently very, very close to signing a deal. Like, odds have literally been slashed. Do you think he would be the right guy to sign? Obviously, we have said about a few more attack midfielders that we have been linked with. Do you strongly believe in this guy?
I haven't seen enough of him to really say whether or not I think that Alex Teixeira would be a good signing for us. I think he could be. I think he could be, but I don't know if we need any more attacking talent. I think what we need is defensive talent because of our aging back four. I think we need, obviously you've got Kurt Zuma who's going to come into the equation, but you need someone to partner him. I think that, it's going to be, I don't know. I mean, if we've been targeting him for ages, there's obviously a reason we're after him, but I don't know if it's something we need, if you know what I mean.
Apparently, William and Oscar have convinced him to sign, from what I've read here.
I think I just think that if he started or he came to the side, that would mean the end of Oscar.
Would you personally like to see the end of Oscar though? Like, it's been so long since we've realistically seen a steady run of form from him. Do you think it's time to say goodbye, or do you think he should be put on loan? I know a lot of fans are becoming sick of it. We've seen good games and we've seen good goals, but realistically, there hasn't been one sort of reasonable sized run of form for quite a while now. Has there?
I think he played well against Crystal. He played well today against Crystal Palace. He played well against Sunderland. He was a bit distant against Man United, but since Gus Hiddings come in, I think he's been pretty decent. I just think the more and more I think about it, the more I think maybe there's someone who's making a great point there about it's instincts or instincts. Oscar plus Juve to Juve plus cash for Pogba. I think that was something that was on the table in the summer, and I think that was probably then, or that was something I would have considered.
Didn't we allegedly make an £80 million bid for him? Apparently, we did officially do that, which I was unaware of. So it would clearly cost a lot if they don't accept an £80 million bid solid cash. Then, plus Oscar, it's going to cost quite a bit, I would have thought.
Well, we bought Oscar for about 20 million, so that would be he's probably got a worth about 30 million now. So that'll be about 110 million pound bid for Paul Pogba, which would be a great signing, but he wouldn't want to come to us right now because we don't have Champions League football, and he's too good.
There's no reason.
Path Dave's made a good call. What if you played Oscar in a deep position? So Oscar, his comment is Oscar holding midfield.
I don't think he's physical enough.
Yeah, but like the John Roth. I mean, if he went to Juventus for Pogba, Seska attacking midfield, McKellen Pogba at holding midfield, that would be amazing. Yes, that'd be
incredible. But can you freeze Matic out of the team? Really?
The thing is, if we sign Pogba, I mean, that Dan was saying it the other day. We sign Pogba. What's going to happen to Loftus-Cheek? What's going to happen to Matic?
It's just unfair, realistically. Like Loftus-Cheek, he has done everything that a player should do to get into that team, but just hasn't been given the opportunity, and I really don't understand.
No, I don't think anybody does. I really don't think anybody understands what is going on at Chelsea at the minute. But I don't know. Teixeira is going to be an interesting signing if we make it. We'll have to see what he does. But there are so many players that we have which could just come back in and fill that squad. I don't know why we're buying. I think this is just the perfect time to examine what we have youth-wise. I'm not saying just play all the youth because that's not going. That might not get results. It could do, but it might not. But it's gonna be a very, very, very difficult thing to look at. We were talking about it yesterday with youth, but let's just move on and go to another signing. Obviously, there's a good comment here actually from Santuck Views. Louis, let's get Gaia. I'd love Gaia. I think he's a quality left back. And then you could move Aspilicueta over to the right. However, I don't think we're going to be looking at him because he is just too good. He wouldn't want to come to us because we don't have Champions League.
Definitely. It's so difficult doing these transfer news now because we've gone from being linked with like quality players to having to talk about players that, quite frankly, I personally haven't heard of before. Obviously, I've heard of Gaia, but I mean, like some of these others, like Omar Nisei, Nicholas Nkulu, who I am familiar with.
Nkulu's okay. I know. I don't say I don't watch much European football, but I watched the last Marseille game. I think it was he plays for Marseille.
Yes.
I remember watching him, and he's pretty solid. I thought it was pretty solid.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. But I think that I personally still don't think that there's any other way forward other than John Stones. I genuinely think he is the ideal person for it. I just don't see a partnership of someone like Nkulu and Zuma. Sorry, yeah.
They both speak French, and Courtois, so they'll have that connection there. I know that's a really.
I just think Stones is the leader. As we've seen in a previous stream, the only leader that we have in our team currently is John Terry, and he's not really got the longest left. And you look at who we used to have. We used to have players like Petr Cech, Ashley Cole, Frank Lampard, John Terry, Didier Drogba, who could all easily lead the team. And John Stones, to me, just seems like a natural leader. Whereas all these other sort of like flair type centre backs, I just don't think they'll do the job. Not that old school English centre back that John Stones is. He's just ideal.
John Stones isn't that old fashioned English centre back though.
But he's still got that new flair. But he just brings something that I think. Oh, what's the word?
If you want someone who looks like an old fashioned English centre back, look no further than Zuma.
Really?
I think Zuma is absolute quality. Did you see some of the tackles he put in today? Just
over
the past few weeks. Last man, he just swings his leg round in a slide tackle and wins the ball.
I'm not saying bring back someone like, I don't know, like Robert Hoof or someone like that. But like, I just think that there's no one better than John Stones, in my opinion. Not for Chelsea. And we should really do all we can to get him. Like, it's so ridiculous that we didn't get him in the summer. And
well, it's just poor. It's poor transfer dealing from one man and one man only. That lovely, lovely, lovely bloke, Mr. Michael Emenalo. Love him to bits.
Oh, what a guy. Now we're left with Digital Boji and some Reading reserve.
Oh, jeez, let's just not get into it. But obviously, someone else has made a good point here. It's Ayu. Sorry, man, hold on. I can't. Let's read your name properly. Ayu J says, "Do you think that we should cash in on Hazard? Do you?"
It's so difficult to say because we know what he can do, and I'm more or less adamant that he will recapture that form. But there's just no sign of it. We're purely just going on like heart in the sense that we just know he could do it. We think he could do it, but it's just not looking likely.
Yeah, I think that that'll be that. It's I don't think he's going to recapture that form anytime soon. I don't know. It'll be difficult to see him go because of what he's done for us. But I think maybe he's going to go at some point. Oh wow, I look busy. He's going to go at some point. So basically, that the situation stands is right now we're not going to cash in on him.
Would you cash in personally if it was your decision? And also, how much do you reckon we'd get for him if we were to in January, for example? Even though Goose Hiddink did say that no one's leaving.
If we had cashed in on him in the summer, we would have got 100 million, no questions asked.
100 million?
60 for him, as it stands.
I disagree. We would have got 100 million.
Huh?
I completely disagree. I think 100 million. No way would it be that high.
No, we would have got 100 million for Hazard. I'm telling you that now.
You think the record would have been broken by like what, 15 million for him? Seriously?
We wouldn't budge for anything less.
See, considering the play that Barcelona got Suarez for, like the amount of money he bought, he was about 70 million. I would have thought it'd be in between that, 70 million, sort of around that area, 70 to 80 million.
They would break the record to get Hazard last season. Now I don't think Real Madrid would be looking at him. Even though Ronaldo may be looking to leave, I don't think they would consider looking at Hazard in the form he's in.
And you think we'd get 60 million for him now?
I don't. I'm just saying a figure and hoping that's what we get. Basically, I don't think we will get 60 million for Hazard. I think we'd really struggle to get.
Realistically, I don't think anyone would want him.
No.
People know that they can't afford him, and they know that at this stage it's not worth it.
Yeah, I think someone made a good point here. Gary and Evans get James. Why not a swap deal?
They're such like different players that it would cause such a sort of change in the starting lineup.
Yeah, if you move Pedro over to the left, put James in the middle. Obviously, that would probably mean the end of Oscar.
Yeah,
but hey, obviously we need to get back on track a bit because we've gone off a bit of a tangent, and you guys are obviously wanting to know about when Match of the Day starts, so we can all watch that and all smile at the fact that we can finally watch Match of the Day.
Finally watch it again, yeah.
So you lot will like this one. I will talk about a couple first. This will be a quick one. We might be putting in a £10 million bid for Boyan of Stoke City, who has been absolutely on fire this season. Max, yes or no? Be honest, straight away. I'd say yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather Igalo from Watford. If we were to get someone. If we went for him, I wouldn't be disappointed. I think that could be a quality signing. It's realistically what we need. Sort of player that would be like a nice contrast to Diego Costa. So whether or not that means we go down the partnership line, or just as a different style against different teams, and sort of dependent on how their back line works. So yeah, actually, come to think of it, I'd be pretty happy for that. And 10 million seems extraordinarily cheap for a player of his quality. Someone from Barcelona.
That's a buyout clause.
Yeah,
that's a buyout clause. 10 million.
And Stoke one of the very few teams that we could get players from at the minute, realistically.
Exactly. But we'll move on for that one just so we can get this next one out, which is absolutely brilliant, and I really want it to happen. Mr. Zlatan Ibrahimovic to Chelsea Football Club in the summer.
You heard it here first.
Zlatan.
Hold on.
How could you say no to Zlatan? It's Zlatan.
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 The Zlatan.
Agent wants him to get a move to the Premier League, and Chelsea are in the front running. Chelsea and Manchester United.
How are we in the front running?
Huh?
I've heard like teams like Arsenal are up.
No, we are. Apparently, we're the front runners. That's what I read on Bleacher Report.
Wow, that's exciting. That is exciting.
Zlatan.
In January, ready for the PSG game as well. Obviously, he won't be able to play against them because he'll be cup tied. But they won't have him. Huh?
He'd be coming in the summer.
Oh, it's not a January deal then. It's not seen as a potential January deal.
Oh wow, there's actually a lot of people who are saying no. Really?
No to Zlatan.
Really?
No. Too old. He will be a flop. Oh my God. No. He's too old. Please no.
Just think about what Zlatan would. This is exactly why I wanted to move on to this one. Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
I am shocked. The Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Like, I just wanted to happen to be able to have a shirt with Zlatan on the back. Just for that reason.
I'm not even joking. If we got Zlatan, I would be buying that shirt.
Oh, without doubt. I'd be buying every shirt.
Just like everyone's saying Zlatan's too old. If you think about what Zlatan would do,
Too old, not proven.
That's right. No, okay. Just think about who this is. Okay, this man is a proven striker in every league he's been to.
This man retired Denmark.
He's going to retire to Denmark.
No, he retired Denmark. Did you not see the interview?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
When he said, "Oh, I just retired the whole nation."
He carried.
Retired the whole country. Excuse my language. Sorry.
We don't have many characters in the changing room like Zlatan. Zlatan is a leader. Zlatan carries the whole of the Swedish national team on his shoulders. He's taken them to the Euros. That was all him. Like you're saying, he retired Denmark. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, okay. People are saying Lacazette instead of Ibrahimovic. You're paying 50 million plus for Lacazette. You're getting Zlatan Ibrahimovic for free.
Also, think of what we were saying. We were saying about sort of that experienced dressing room player a few weeks ago, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were saying about bringing in someone who's experienced, like what United tried to do with Schweinsteiger. Just someone with that dressing room presence, experienced, knows his way around everything. Zlatan, what a guy to have in the dressing room. I mean,
exactly.
Are there bigger characters? Yeah. Is there a bigger character you can have in the dressing room than Zlatan Ibrahimovic? No. I don't think there is.
No. The thing is Zlatan. Okay, these men are in the same bracket in sports at the minute. Okay, Conor McGregor and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. When they chat, and they chat a load of rubbish a lot of the time, even though they chat that rubbish, they back it up. They back it up.
Like Jose Mourinho last season.
Like Mourinho last season. Hey, it is going to be absolutely immense. Hold on, wait.
I've been shocked.
Rio big shout. Another Falcao used to be class. Comes over here and will be a flop. Someone said Balotelli.
Definitely.
Sorry?
I did consider that. Obviously, the thing with Falcao didn't work, but he just doesn't have that same presence that Falcao unarguably has. There's people saying that apparently he's bigger than the club, and that might be a problem.
Who's Zlatan?
Yeah.
That could be an issue, but I don't think it would be.
The thing with Zlatan for me is he's cocky, he's arrogant, but his the way he works and sort of his what's the word? His commitment to the game and sort of his work rate is always top notch. Wherever he's at, his work rate is always quality. He's not that sort of who is it we had a few seasons ago? Like Balotelli, for example. Have you seen that video pre-season where he's at Man City, threw on goal, City are 1-0 up, think it was against some American team, decides to do some sort of back heel thing and misses. Yeah. Like that's disgusting to me. And Zlatan just seems like the kind of guy that would have got there and just fucking once again, I apologise, and just smashed it into the top corner because I mean that's just the sort of thing Zlatan does. He's so committed to the game that I think he's what we need. Yeah.
Oh my god! Someone's asked me to wrap up because match of the day is about to start. All right. Yeah, but I think Zlatan would be a great signing. So we will wrap it up there, guys. Leave it in the comments. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, yes or no? Let's see what the poll says. Let's see what everyone says. I personally think he'll be an absolutely immense signing. I think you'd be mad to miss out on this one. So, of course, like, comment, and subscribe to Instant Chelsea, and all social media links will be down in the description. Subscribe to Max's channel, The 12th Man. I will leave the link for that down in the description as well. And also subscribe to my channel, which has just come out, The Boogaloo. Please like that. Subscribe to that.
100 subs within the day already. Massive thank you to everyone, eh, Louis?
Yes, thank you very much. I've already hit 100. So you guys, thank you so much. Enjoy Match of the Day if you're going to watch it. Max, I will let you sign off.
Yes, enjoy Match of the Day. We'll next be doing a preview for the Scunthorpe game, I believe. Obviously, let us know your comments on who you think we should cover next for transfers and who you want to see. I do read all the comments, so it is nice to see. But yeah, have a lovely week. Back to school.
You too. Yeah, it is. We'll see you guys later. Take care.